Hi everyone, so we're doing our fifth lesson for reading our fiction unit, and this one is called Envisionment, Seeing and Hearing Inside the Text. So I'm going to ask you to do something a little silly, and I hope that you're going to actually do it. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just listen to the world around you for 10 seconds. Don't pause the video, I'll keep time. Okay, that's been about 10 seconds. Did you notice anything? When I did this just now to practice, I heard some cars going by, a dog barking outside, the wind blowing. I pictured a dog sort of barking at a car going by. Then I heard a different kind of motor. It sounded like maybe a scooter. So I pictured a red scooter going down the road. What we just did, listening and picturing, is something we can use to help us read intensely. Today, I want to teach you that to read intensely, readers can't just read with their eyes. Readers use everything, the images, the moods, the sounds, to make movies in our minds as we read. So let's be alert so that we are in the story as we read. We'll try to hear the sounds of the story, see the sights. While I read, I want you to picture a character and pretend that you're actually that character. What do you see, hear, feel, think? What do you do? How do you move? So here's some things to think about when you're making a movie in your mind. What's the setting or the surroundings that are in the story? What do the characters look like? Imagine the story like a movie in your brain. Can you see what everyone is doing and how the story is coming to life? I'm going to reread a little bit of The Tiger Rising. I'm in chapter 2. And again, I want you to see if you can picture what's happening in your mind. Maybe pick just one character to put yourself in their shoes and think about what they're experiencing, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're doing. "Looky here," said Norton Threemonger as soon as Rob stepped onto the school bus. "It's the Kentucky Star. How's it feel to be a star?" Norton stood in the center of the aisle, blocking Rob's path. Rob shrugged. "Oh, he don't know," Norton called to his brother. "Hey, Billy, he don't know what it's like to be a star." Rob slipped past Norton. He walked all the way to the back of the bus and sat down in the last seat. "Hey," said Billy Threemonger, "you know what? This ain't Kentucky. This is Florida." He followed Rob and sat down right next to him. He pushed his face so close that Rob could smell his breath. It was bad breath. It smelled metallic and rotten. "You ain't a Kentucky Star," Billy said, his eyes glowing under the brim of his John Deere cap. "And you sure ain't a star here in Florida. You ain't a star nowhere." "Okay," said Rob. Billy shoved him hard. And then Norton came swaggering back and leaned over Billy and grabbed hold of Rob's hair with one hand, and with the other hand ground his knuckles into Rob's scalp. Rob sat there and took it. So if you were maybe picturing yourself as Rob, maybe you sat very still or put your head down. Maybe you tried to focus on other sounds, like the wheels of the bus moving. If you were Billy or Norton, maybe you were snickering, cracking your knuckles, crouching over Rob and getting in his space, things like that. That's really putting yourself in your character's shoes and envisioning the movie, pretty much of the book, scene in your mind. So from now on, remember that reading is sometimes not that different than going to a play or a movie. If you read and you are the characters, you will find clues in the text that help you hear and experience the events, even smell the bad breath. You'll do other things as you read intensely. Notice the sort of work that the text seems to be asking you to do, and do that mental work. But for today, focus on stepping into the world of the story and making a mental movie. At times, you might pause to jot about what you see and hear as you envision. So just to recap things we've been learning, find a book you want to read. Read as if you're in the book. Figure out the confusing parts. Note the important things to talk about later. Do the work the book is requesting. Find the flow of the book. Get into the world of the story. And make movies in your mind. And so we already did that. All right, so now it's your turn to practice. What I'd like you to do is continue reading your independent books. And as you're reading, make sure you're stopping and jotting in your reading notebook. And it should be in your drive in your reading folder. Remember today you're working on making a movie and acting out those scenes from your books. So you can stop and jot what you're picturing in your mind as you are reading.